Not enough rage. Need more rage. Need more rage. Not enough rage. Need more rage. Need more rage. Not enough rage. Need more rage.
What a great intro. Oh my God!
You can minimize the damage you take.
Can they not put? Can they put something in it though?
And maximize the damage you can do.
It's
It's
like
highly
shit.
recommended you get a swing timer add-on so you can time this correctly as well.
Oh.
This method is great when dealing with higher level mobs and should be a skill every warrior should have up their sleeve. Okay, so you got two different routes when leveling as a warrior. It's the classic debate between arms versus fury.
Hey!
Look, I meant
I need to I need to watch this, guys, because we're gonna roll a warrior.
Fury, get that off my screen. So, Fury does more damage, but it lacks utility compared to Arms. To do maximum damage as Fury,
It's
you're
arms,
gonna have
right?
to abuse /sitting. You want to get a macro for this, and the reason why you do it is so the mob you're fighting will get a critical hit on you, so you proc and rage for 25% more damage. The bonus for leveling for Fury is you don't need to spec into a specific weapon type to be efficient. You just slap on whatever best. Usually, people respec at 40 to Arms because of Mortal Strike.
Oh really?
Now, Arms does not do as much damage in the earlier levels, but it does have utility, and I think that outweighs that negative. With Arms, you get amazing spells like Sweeping Strikes, Tactical Mastery, Improved Charge, and Mortal Strike, just to name a few. Arms is much better at PvP, so I'd suggest picking the spec on a PvP server. There's one talent you're going to want to get, and that's Axe Specialization. This is because you get Whirlwind Axe at level 30, which is an iconic warrior weapon that does a crazy amount of damage.
But the quest is not
and you
even
can
fun,
use it
though.
For a while. I mean, just look at it too. I mean, at level 30, everybody else is using like a worn stick or like a rusty dagger, and you got this awesome-looking axe that looks
It's
like
so
straight
true,
out
no,
of one of
man.
them animes.
The guy name is Platinum. He's making like his video are insane. Very good.
Also, try and group up with other players. The reason why warriors are so slow at leveling is the downtime they have between mobs, so if you get a healer, they can top you off and you can pull mob after mob. This will also increase your DPS too because your rage won't deplete over time. Also, don't be worried about not being able to tank dungeons. All you need to do is just slap on a shield and a one-hander and you'll be good to go. Of course, when you hit level 60, you might want to consider respecking if you want to tank. In PvE, Fury is going to be your go-to cookie-cutter spec for DPS. Your rotation will be pretty simple, so you're going to mainly stay in Berserker stance and use Bloodthirst, Whirlwind, and Heroic Strike when you're at high rage, but you may have to swap over to Battle Stance to use Overpower as well. When the boss gets to 20%, you just spam the ever-loving crap out of Execute.
It's like if you see somebody at low health, like you be like an execute machine, you know, like you're looking for people, 20%, you see somebody at 20%, boom, execute, you see somebody at 20%, boom, execute.
The real challenge for DPS warriors is going to...
Yeah, I want to show you something. Okay, that's Asmund. I don't know when exactly. It's been a while, I guess. And this is Asmund today. Holy shit, man! I think it's time for him to get something called a fucking haircut.
Low health, like
No?
you be like an execute machine, you know?
popular class to play in Classic, so you'll have lots of competition. Not to mention, when getting some of your gear, you'll also have to compete against rogues, hunters, feral druids, and maybe some shamans. Pre-raid best in slot gear like the Devilosaur set is going to be crazy expensive when you first hit level 60, so finding ways to make money is critical to get good gear. Warriors aren't just the best tanks in Classic, they are the tanks in Classic. Most of your time when playing a tank will be focused on keeping threat and sundering armor,
Alright.
but other than that, it's about managing your...
Correct me if I'm wrong, in TBC. No, he should make TBC video, by the way. He should really make video because the TBC is incoming, so that will be good for him. He can keep going, then rat or whatever, so he can keep his channel alive. But correct me if I'm wrong. Like TBC, man, it's so good for Paladin. Like red getting way more viable and event protection. If I remember, you rather get some protection Paladin over tank for I guess AoE fight if I remember right. It's not. I think it is, bro.
Spells like Shield Block, Thunder
Especially
Climber,
for red, just for PvP or.
Demoralizing Shout should be kept up as much as possible. And Berserker's Rage is important to use against fights where the enemy can fear you. The only problem is you can only use the spell in Berserker's Stance, not defensive. This is where stance dancing comes in. So basically, the main strat that you're gonna do.
Yeah, beer
is
get
you
nasty
swap
too, that
over
is
to
true.
Berserker Stance, use Berserker's Rage, and then instantly swap back to defensive stance and time it correctly.
So hard to beat a
This is what
drill just
separates the good tanks
How's
from
that
the bad
mean?
ones.
Соло колбасер по пояс голый.
Oh, DMC. I don't want to get DMC. Sadly, I know I don't want to go.
Hit buttons, but
Alright.
Last Stand has a 10-minute cooldown, so you need to use it wisely.
Like, our name is this, man. No, but it's true, though. I can't. It's like, yeah. Afraid, of course I'm afraid, bro. I need to. Whenever there's it's Monka 2S. Everything is Monka 2S. I know. It's sad, guys. No.
Warrior tanks are always in demand in dungeons, but in raids you'll find some stiff
I'm
competition
not even
because
trolling,
the
by the
amount
way.
of tanks required is so small in a 40-man raid.
Greetings from Germany, Payo
So
love.
warriors in general are pretty gear dependent, but this is most
Yo. What's up, Repoplex? Thank you very much for the prime 5 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Buevodidos Olampolo. Olampolo, did you see El Shockus? Anyone is a fan of El Shockus? Can we have some Buevodidos? Can we have some emote of Shockus? Played pretty well today, but sadly, Kill didn't make it for the. I missed the little Dina. My God.
evident in PvP. The difference
I know
between having
Rip,
a
man,
cool
but he
little
played pretty
brash
good.
candy will be night and day. Let me tell you though, once you do get that great gear, Warrior is
Cam, done
easily the
posing.
most fun class to annihilate people in BGs as. The biggest issue you'll face in PvP is getting towards your target in the first place. Hamstring is critical against mobile targets, but once you close that gap, they'll be in for some trouble. Frost mages will be the bane of your existence. You'll get slowed, rooted, and annoyed once you finally get to them,
Payo,
and
get
then they
up,
blink
but
away.
Payo's
And
retarded.
then you might consider re-rolling. Arms is your go-to spec for PvP because of the utility it offers, and I trust you'll find some fun in the class once you get some
Little
good gear.
Prime
Warrior
OFC.
also has a pretty high skill ceiling because of the multitude of different cooldowns, stances, and neat little tricks to get the most out of your class. A brief example is that you can taunt hunter pets so they can attack you and break you out of traps or scatter shots. How often will you use this knowledge? Well, probably not often, but knowing these little tricks can be super helpful in certain situations. Now for professions, I'd recommend cooking and maybe fishing while you're leveling.
I need to pause, guys, because we got some sub, man. Yo, Pisces, thank you very much for the T1 6 months. I deeply appreciate that. And GG, Prastissimo, thanks for the Prime 4 months. And thanks all for watching the stream, guys. I appreciate that.
If you're eating every mob or two, why not take the time to make sure you get some good food that increases your stats, right?
Wait, oh, you cannot do that anymore? I thought you could, though. It doesn't work, because on private server it will work, though. You could taunt the pet whenever you get scatter shot, trap. The pet will still attack it does. So taunt, you cannot anymore taunt a pet.
Don't forget to be leveling up first aid while you're leveling. You're going to be using it a lot on your path to 60 and an endgame as well. Blacksmithing is great because you can craft a multitude of great items like Invulnerable Mail, Titanic Leggings, or Arcanite Reaper. But the main item you're probably going to want to get is the Lionheart Helm. This helm is BIS. Forever.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not even joking. You won't find a better
That's true. PT dude, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime, bro. I appreciate that. Welcome to the zoo. The biggest one on Twitch, man. Thank you.
helm for a Fury Warrior in all of Classic.
Ah, we're back on Twitch
Sure,
now.
you could just buy it off another blacksmith,
Is it
but
still
why not
broken?
be the ones dishing them out instead? And look, this wouldn't be a Vanilla's Flavors episode without talking about engineering for a second. Engineering is especially useful for warriors in PvP because they can use the bombs to stun targets and close those gaps. Maybe then you'll even have a chance to touch a Frost Mage. So macros are something that will make your life so much easier in Classic WoW, especially for warriors. You'll need macros to help you out with stance dancing.
Yo guys, why so many carrot, man? I'm gonna call the company. Like, yo, chill on the carrot. It's only carrot, man. Do I look like a fucking rabbit, man? Where's my meat? I need to eat, man. And when I need to eat, I get hungry. And when I get hungry, I get angry. And yo, it's not with carrot I can, Yo, extra shit, thank you. No, but do type 1 in the chat if you feel me, man. I need to eat. Who needs to eat, huh? Everyone. Yeah. No, but it's true too. Getting angry, yeah. Sorry. Yo, X-Treshy, thank you very much for the prime as well. Welcome to the Zoo, the biggest zoo on Twitch, guys. Thank you so much for everything today, you guys. Are amazing. I deeply appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Just 2 simple clicks of a button. The only problem is you'll need an add-on called Super Macro, and this only works on undocumented servers. But once Classic comes out and add-ons start being made, I'll be sure to add a link in the description
What is
for a
Super?
suitable mod. Warrior's go-to legendary is Thunder Fury. This legendary item is a status symbol for any warrior.
Yo, Javi is the. Is she the? Oh yeah, yo, what's up, man? Yo, guys, can we have some poggers in the chat? We just got hosted by the beautiful Druid Javi. What's up, man? Yo, I'm a big fan of you. You're playing pretty well so far in the tournament, and I never hear about you before, so I'm really happy to find your channel, guys. If you want to see an amazing Druid, well, go see her. We were talking about Druid actually early. Guys, poggers in the lair. Yo, can you explain me just this clip of you? I'm not sure what's going on with this. Here. Do we still have it or here?
Cannot afford to take for free.
Too much, and that might have been the case there. Maybe left a little bit too running too long. It's always nice to have the combat log for things of that nature too, just for that.
What was that?
See what the heck is going on where that's concerned.
Nice tea.
But that was a lot of DPS. It felt like the mage was pumping.
Carrots are healthy, Payo.
And the guild.
I like hello. Yo, guys, poggers in the chat for Javel. Thank you so much, man. For the host, and good luck for the rest of the season. For this, I think you made it to. You're making it for the final, do you? Anyways, I think she did, right? What the fuck I'm eating? I don't know. Yo, and yo, live stalker. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Welcome to the zoo, the biggest zoo on Twitch. I appreciate that. And Alex, again with the big support. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. I appreciate that. And thanks for everything, Alex. I love you, man. But anyways, gotta watch Krill fight. Yo, Krill is good as well, though. But thank you for the host. Hope you had a great stream, man. Guys,
you'll need a lot
go
of
watch Javel,
items
man.
needed to drop in molten
Yo, I need this one, man. God damn it.
core, and a lot of gold for the regions to obtain the weapon. You and your whole raid team will need to travel to Silphus and face against the Windseeker to get the weapon. And the weapon is usually given to the main tank of the guild. Whoever obtains such a mighty weapon must.
Yeah, super good, but you're pretty good as well, man. You know what triggered me the most of you though? Is you bind it, scroll down and scroll up for rat. So whenever you watch your stream, guys, you hear this. And you have the worst mouse, man. You have the worst mouse. It's like, you hear this. Pretty much, that's the only thing you. Whenever she plays, that's the only thing you hear, man. Like, yo, that noise is cringe. It's not cringe, but god damn it, who bind this, man? Me, it's binded to my camera. I wanna zoom out. But I know there's other people that do it. But that's the only thing that sometimes it trigger me, man. When I watch you, actually, that's not her mouse. Here we go. My God, there's always someone that needs a life in my chat. Sorry about that, Javel.
Did someone say Thunder Fury? See, you guys thought I wasn't gonna make this joke, but I made it. During the beta of the game, warriors were widely received as the worst class ever. In the wake of all this negativity, a warrior named Indalomar showed people how OP warriors really are. He showcased that spells like Bloodthirst and Slam were stupidly overpowered at the time, leading to warriors being nerfed pretty heavily back in beta. Indalomar was a trailblazer in how to play a warrior, and this even got him a job at Blizzard as an itemization developer. He's got a few items named after him and holds a place in the Warrior Hall of Fame. And you too could be in the Hall of Fame if you choose a warrior. I'd recommend this class for anyone who isn't afraid of a challenge when leveling, willing to compete against others for gear, and someone who loves tanking and melee-focused combat, as well as a high skill ceiling in PvP. Well, there.
Okay, just for you, Alex, for the $10. He says carrot or LT. I'm gonna get the more big carrot in my plates and I'm gonna eat it just for you. Are you ready? And sadly, holy shit. Alright, wish me luck. Oh my god. All right, my god.